everyone. Welcome back. I'm Jack.
And I'm Amelia. And today we're talking about something super practical, English at work.
Yes, whether you're just starting a new job, preparing for an interview, or you want to sound more professional in meetings and emails, this episode is for you.
We're going to teach you the most useful phrases, how to sound polite but confident, and even some small talk tips for the office.
And if you love learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe and keep practicing with us every week. All right, let's jump in.
So, Jack, here's a question. Why do so many English learners feel nervous about speaking English at work?
That's a great question. I think it's because at work you want to sound professional, right? You don't want to be too casual, but you also don't want to sound like a robot.
Exactly. It's all about balance, and that's what we're here to teach you today.
Stay with us. We'll make this simple and fun. By the end of this video, you'll feel way more confident using English in the workplace.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Jack, what's the first thing you usually say when you arrive at work?
Good question. So in most workplaces, people start with a simple greeting. You can say, "Good morning," or "Hi, how's it going?"
Right. And here's the thing. Small talk is really important in English-speaking workplaces. It shows you're friendly and approachable.
Exactly. So after you say good morning, you might ask, "How was your weekend?" Or "Did you have a good evening?"
Ooh, I love that one. And you don't need a long answer, right? You can just say, "It was good, thanks. How about you?"
Perfect. Keep it short and simple. Let me give you another example. If someone asks you, "How are you today?" you can say, "I'm doing well, thanks. And you?"
Notice how Jack always asks back. That's polite and keeps the conversation going.
Exactly. All right, let's practice. Amelia, I'll greet you, and you respond. Ready?
Ready.
Good morning, Amelia. How's it going?
Good morning, Jack. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm great. Thanks. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yeah, it was relaxing. How about yours?
It was good. Just spent time with family. Nice and easy, right?
Super easy. Now, listeners, try this with us. Imagine you're at work. Someone says, "Good morning, how are you?" Can you say, "Good morning, I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?" Try it out loud. Go ahead.
Great job. Small talk might feel uncomfortable at first, but with practice, it becomes natural.
Okay, so now let's talk about something really important. How to make polite requests at work.
Yes, this is key. At work, you can't just say, "Do this," or "Give me that." You need to sound polite and professional.
Exactly. So instead of saying, "Send me the report," you should say, "Could you send me the report, please?"
Perfect. Or you can say, "Would you mind sending me the report?" That's even more polite.
Ooh, I like that one. What if you need help with something? How do you ask politely?
Great question. You can say, "Could you help me with this?" Or, "Would you be able to help me with this task?"
And if your boss asks you to do something, you can respond with, "Sure, I'll take care of that right away," or "Absolutely, I'll get that done."
Yes, those phrases show you're professional and reliable. Now, here's a role play. Amelia, you're my coworker, and I need a file from you. Let's practice.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Amelia. Do you have a moment?
Sure, what's up?
I was wondering, could you send me the client presentation when you get a chance?
Of course. I'll send it over in the next hour. Does that work?
That would be perfect. Thanks so much.
No problem. See how polite and clear that was?
Exactly. Listeners, let's practice together. Repeat after me. Could you send me the report, please?
Now try this one. Would you mind helping me with this?
Great. One more. I'll take care of that right away.
Awesome. You're sounding more professional already.
All right, now let's talk about meetings. Meetings can be tricky because you want to share your ideas, but you also want to sound respectful.
Yes. So how do you politely interrupt or add your opinion in a meeting?
Good question. You can say, "Excuse me, may I add something?" Or, "If I could just jump in here."
Ooh, those are good. What if you want to agree with someone's idea?
You can say, "I completely agree with that," or "That's a great point."
And if you disagree?
This is important. You never want to say, "No, you're wrong." That's too direct. Instead, you can say, "I see your point, but I think," or "That's interesting. However."
Yes. That way you're being polite, but still sharing your opinion.
Exactly. Let's do a quick role play. We're in a meeting and all suggest an idea. Amelia, you politely disagree. Ready?
Ready.
So I think we should launch the new product next month.
I see your point, Jack, but I think we might need a bit more time to prepare. What if we aim for 2 months from now?
That's a good suggestion. Let's discuss it further.
Perfect. See how I disagreed without being rude?
Exactly. Now, listeners, repeat after me. I see your point, but I think.
And try this one. That's a great point.
Awesome. You're doing great.
Okay, Jack, let's quickly talk about emails, because that's where a lot of learners struggle.
Yes, emails need to be clear, polite, and professional. Let's start with how you begin an email.
Right. If you're emailing someone you know, you can say, "Hi, name," or "Hello, name."
And if it's more formal, you can say, "Dear."
Perfect. Now, how do you politely ask for something in an email?
You can say, "I was wondering if you could," or "Could you please?"
And how do you close an email?
Great question. You can say, "Thank you for your time," or "I look forward to hearing from you."
And then sign off with "best regards" or "kind regards," followed by your name.
Exactly. Let me give you a quick example. "Hi, Sarah. I was wondering if you could send me the meeting notes from yesterday. Thank you for your time. Best regards, Jack."
Perfect. Short, polite, and clear. Listeners, try writing a short email this week using these phrases. It's great practice. You're doing amazing, everyone. Keep practicing these phrases. You're building real confidence.
And after this video, check out our episode on how to sound more confident in English. It's one of our favorites and pairs perfectly with what we're teaching today.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's talk about tone. Jack, why is tone so important?
Because the same words can sound polite or rude depending on how you say them. For example, "Can you do this?" can sound demanding, but "Could you do this, please?" sounds much more polite.
Exactly. And remember to smile when you speak, even on the phone. It makes your voice sound friendlier.
That's such a good tip, Amelia. And make eye contact during meetings. It shows you're engaged and confident.
Yes, and if English isn't your first language, don't worry about having a perfect accent. What matters is being clear and polite.
Absolutely. Confidence comes from practice, not perfection.
All right, everyone, let's quickly recap what we learned today.
We covered greetings and small talk, polite requests, how to speak up in meetings, email tips, and the importance of tone.
These are real-world skills that will help you sound professional and confident at work.
And remember, progress takes practice, not perfection. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn.
If you enjoyed this lesson, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, and subscribe so you don't miss our next video.
Thanks so much for learning with us today.
See you in the next lesson.
Bye.